this. This. Okay. Hi, everybody. Joining. I saw Tomislav for a sec. Let me just start by sharing this already. Hey, Laura.
Long time no see.
Very nice. True.
Oh my God, you got a beard. Look at
You
that.
know, doing the old white man thing.
My boyfriend does that too. It's like there's a certain age where you're like, all right, it's time.
It's time.
Although
Next, I'll have the pipe.
he he did a mountain man beard during COVID. I mean, this thing was
Okay,
like
that's serious. All
I
right.
was like, you need to move into the woods and write a manifesto. It's like just the
Thank God that's over.
yeah, I know, right? Oh my God. Boy, so how's
Yeah,
everybody doing? Sorry,
very
I'm turning on my
good.
fan. It's kind of hot here in New York, as usual.
Okay,
Uh,
at this time of year, very good.
yes, yes. I saw somewhere online. It's like I wish I could just like hibernate from May to August through August, and then just be back ready for hoodie season and sweaters. Like that could be good. Reverse hibernation.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, it's not too far from Canada. You could just travel a little. Just
They
saying.
don't want us.
Anyway,
They're like, you know what? We've had our fill of Americans right now, so it's like yeah,
bunch of
we're
good
not too
ones.
popular there right now or anywhere.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Anywho,
Anyway,
so yeah.
okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
all
actually, in
right.
South
Yeah.
Canada, it's also quite warm, and
It is.
humidity is high as well.
Okay.
So humidity makes the
You got to
difference.
go way up north.
If you go way up
Like most
north,
of the
it's different.
Canadian population is along the border, the US border. If you look at the
Oh.
population spread out, it's like that's where the bulk of it's
Mm.
the temperate area, you know. I think you'd have to go
Hi,
pretty
Christoph.
far north to get out of that. Ireland, on the
Actually,
other hand, is quite nice during the summer. That's where my partner's from.
Yeah. Ah.
So I keep saying, like, maybe we should just chuck it all and move there.
yeah.
I've
Well,
never
more
been
or
there.
less,
Heard it's nice.
Toronto is on the
So
same. Sorry.
everybody who just is joining, thank you. We'll just wait maybe 2 more minutes for stragglers to join, and then we'll start with a general assembly. So just
It's
saying.
not a discussion about the weather in New York, right?
Oh no, it's not a good. Don't ever come
Just a
here in
bit
the
of small
summer.
talk till we get started.
It's a
Yeah.
bit hot.
Mm.
It's
Actually, surprising is Toronto in Canada. It's on the same position to the sun as the Florence in Italy. So it's
is it?
actually, yeah, I didn't believe that, but you may check on the map.
That's interesting. I went to Florence in I think June or July, but this was maybe 10 years ago. It was hot,
Mm.
very, very hot. It was funny because the piazza was completely empty and everybody was just milling around the edges. Like it was really
Shade.
packed in the shade.
Yeah, makes sense.
Ah,
All right. So I suggest we begin. So officially welcome everybody to the 2026 General Assembly, Mage-OS. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being a member of Mage-OS. So this is the agenda for today. I won't read every point because you can read yourself, and we'll go over these in more detail anyway, right? So we can move right on. So first, I'd like to give you a bit of an overview over the year since last year. What did we do? What happened? And this is the highlights. So since Mage-OS 2.0, we built with is tracking installations. So far, there are 89 live stores, which isn't a lot, but it's growing. And given we only just added that code back then, it's we're getting somewhere. And since then, we've had 8 releases shipped since the last assembly, which is quite a lot. Last release was Mage-OS 3.0. That was in May, and it's based on Magento 249. And we'll go into each of these highlights in more detail shortly too, right? So this is really just at a glance. 44,000 euros contributed, 180 active financial contributors on Open Collective, 163 members with a 75% professional, 88 community ratio. Currently 10 partners, 4 silver and 6 bronze. And we had 2 first online hackathons in December and February. Well, technically, I guess there's one first hackathon in December, and then we had not the first, second one in February. So plus, yeah, we had the first time last year we rotated the first half of the board, which and now we'll rotate the second. So from now on, every year, the term is 2 years, and every year half the board will rotate. That was as intended and planned from the beginning, because we said when we set up the organization as a nonprofit association, we want to set everything on the right track first. So now we're getting into the usual pattern. Yeah. Plus we have a new hire, Marcel, and we'll talk more about what he does too. And yeah. So wait on, I'm going backward. That's where I want to go. So roughly when we started out 4 years ago, Mage-OS was created as a rescue operation, right? So the general feeling was, oh no, Magento's dying, everything's going to shit, and we're lost. We're losing our business. And to be honest, that's not the feeling anymore. So Magento has been very stable, and after some tough years, things seem to be progressing in the right direction again in many countries. Different countries are moving at different rates, but things are happening, and the general vibe is quite different, quite a lot. So we have switched from just trying to prevent the worst more into a technology incubator role. This was also because we were in an ongoing discussion with the Magento Association. Okay, like who fulfills what role? And for many years, the Magento Association had been very, very quiet. And now they're also becoming more active. So we found our home in this area where we really try to push forward the limits and the state on the technology side. Rather than just focusing on being 100% backward compatible, in case Magento isn't available anymore through the previous means, we'll be able to provide it. So yeah. We also moved to a predictable release cadence, so 2 releases per year, spring and autumn, aligned with major Magento releases. When there's a security release from Adobe, we also release patch versions. So our version numbers are not directly aligned with Adobe, but as always, based on top of Adobe releases. And we'll integrate those releases into our own ones. Then if you follow the tech side of things in Mage-OS, you might know we have 2 GitHub organizations. We have the Mage-OS org under GitHub, and we also have the Mage-OS lab org. And the idea is roughly that new projects can be created and matured within Mage-OS Lab, and then possibly migrate into the Mage-OS organization at one point in time. At the latest, if they ever get integrated into the main Mage-OS release line. Not every project needs to move over. So if something is in Mage-OS Lab, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not stable or not done. It just means, it's maybe more of a side project. All the projects that are in the main org have more of a maintenance focus. We definitely want to keep them up to date much more. And on the lab side, well, it's still relying much more on the original authors, let's put it that way. There's the first thing that we did after Mage-OS was created was creating the Mirror Composer repository at mirrormageos.org. That's still running, and we just recently started looking into the traffic that actually gets there. And it's very popular. So there's many people are using it. Probably or maybe only because no Adobe credentials are required to install anything from there. But again, I just want to reiterate, the packages there aren't just clones or copies from repo magento.com. They're rather independently built and generated. So through our own infrastructure and scripts. Yeah, and then finally we have the new website that's online. You might have seen it on mage.org, thanks to Ryan, since February. So it's open source, it's public on GitHub, static site generator. So it's easy to open pull requests. If you have, for example, events to promote, you can add them there, Magento-related events. Or if you want to post some blog or have other corrections or input. There are a number of challenges that we're managing. So one is that several of the lab modules need maintenance. You can have a look what's around there, and feel free to check in with us in Discord if you are interested in maybe figuring out if one of those is something you could work on. We're also working on securing our whole setup more, given the recent months have provided some challenges, especially in regards to supply chain attacks. We are working on adding additional safeguards and immutable packet repositories and similar things to, be more proactive rather than trying to actively fix things if something should happen. So there have been a number of automated attacks in the Magento community, but so far without success in regards to these types of supply chain attacks on GitHub. But better safe than sorry. So that's something that we're working on. And finally, we'll get more into that in detail too, but we're looking for ways to find more sustainable funding. So the 8 releases since the last assembly was in June last year, a year ago, Mage-OS 1.2 based on Magento 248p1. Then we had 2 additional releases for 248p2 and a security patch release. And then in October for 248p3, we released Mage-OS 2.0, and this for the first time, not for the first time. So 1.2 already had the backend theme, right, the admin theme. But in the 2.0 release, more also front-end visible improvements were made, like a PCS DSS 4.0 module, AI auto translations, the inventory reservations grid, page builder widgets, front-end performance improvements, BF cache, etc. Then we had the 2.1 release, 2.2 release, some updates, security updates. And then finally, in May this year, we had a 2.3 release based on 248p5. That's the final release of the 2.3 release line. PHP 8.5 compatibility, but the main new release is 3.0. So until the next main update from Adobe's side, that will be the main release line for Mage-OS 2. So 3.0 is built on 2.4.9 Mage-OS open source. So it features a number of improvements. First of all, there's a great interactive installer. So rather than running bin magento setup install and figuring out all the arguments or building custom install scripts, this interactive installer has a very nice, it's like a TUI, terminal UI. It's a guided wizard. It detects a bunch of services, resume on failure, support Tuva out of the box. It was originally created by David Lambauer, bunch of unit tests in there, and it works really nice. It looks really nice. So the goal of this was to lower the barrier of entry for new developers who want to set up Mage-OS for the first time. Just to make it a bit easier and be guided through the setup and services. Also, we included a RMA module, thanks to Samuele, who's also here, which is really cool and just supports the whole customer return request flow with merchant approval, lots of configurations options in there, really nice. We bundle the admin activity log module, so it provides a audit trail of who changed what, when, where in the admin. A new thing that's also available now is the minimal distribution. From the beginning, one of the ideas behind Mage-OS was that in order to make really meaningful improvements, the dependency graph would have to be cleaned up, which is a lot of work that's not really visible. So thankfully, Ryan and her here, together with Marcel, took it on themselves to just go ahead and create this minimal distribution. So it's just under 100 core packages, which is a huge reduction. And the idea is that rather than install everything, you can compose your own stack. This could be a base for a future UI, allowing people to choose which packages to install. So far, that would be a manual process, but that's been one of the goals from the beginning. It's also fascinating as an initiative because this is the start where we actually have different distributions of Mage-OS, which could, in theory, go further, right? So we could have different distributions focused on different aspects of the industry, different set of packages. Could also be used as a basis to create custom distributions. Once the scripts and the technology is there, then it could be reused by others since everything here is open source. PHP 8.5 support was added, including lazy object loading for faster compiler performance. And we have a number of dev toolkits included, like Mage-Run 2, better error pages, better varnish configuration, custom admin logo, etc. So, and a number of backward incompatible changes. So only PHP 8.3 or newer are supported. Symfony 7.4 LTS is used, and the Adobe Analytics module has been removed. So probably it doesn't affect most people, but it might affect some. A number of Mage-OS lab modules have been graduated into the Mage-OS org, like the automatic translations backed by DeepL or OpenAI or Gemini, the inventory reservations grid providing visibility into the state of the MSI stock reservations, meta robots tags, theme optimizations, PST IDSS compatibility module, and the admin theme from Artem that were re-bundled first as like a big new feature in Mage-OS last year. By the way, Artem has continued to develop the admin theme, and it has released new versions, with fixes, with improvements since then. So again, very grateful for his continued support and work. This year, new widget kit was bundled, which is a module by Davide also here, thank you. It's a page builder widget system, Hyvä compatible, and check it out if you haven't. It's really cool. The already mentioned RMA module from Samuele, the admin activity log, custom admin logo forked from the element 119 organization. So currently incubating in the lab are passkey authentication for customers at this point in time, a Miley search integration, a blog module that's being very actively worked on. So that's like a nice, since many merchants want that out of the box, that's one thing to include in there. And a Magento LSP server that's like as a development tool to provide PHP Storm-like integration in non-IDE editors like VS Code or Z or Nano, NeoVim or whatever you want. There's also the catalog data AI module to auto-generate catalog data with the help of AI, for example, descriptions, etc. We're currently looking for maintainers there. Yeah, again, if you're interested in working on any of these projects, please reach out. Maintainers are very welcome. On the community and events side, we had Mage-OS presence at a number of events in the Mage-OS, in the Meet Magento circuit. So in UK, Italy, in Kiev, Netherlands, New York, and Canada, and Poland. One or more members of Mage-OS were present at a number of hackathons, a number of tools and projects that are present now as part of Mage-OS. They actually were developed or initialized or developed further in these hackathons. And there are a number of thriving local communities following some even older than Mage-OS. For example, OpenGento in France has been around for many years now, much longer than we have been around. And they're still extremely active, and that's great. And we do consider us to be part of the same, let's say, family. There's FireGento in Germany, then there's Mage-OS Netherlands, Magentiamo in Italy, and the growing community in Poland too, with Mage-OS Poland. So yeah, it's very nice to see how the local community around Mage-OS is, taking more and more roots and growing and getting stronger too. So always nice. Since November 2025, when Hyvä theme was open sourced, that's not directly related to Mage-OS, except of course that it's a generally a boost for the ecosystem. So since then, it has been picked up by many theme providers as a base for custom themes. Even more modules have been made compatible to it. Mage-OS now, the installer basically supports it out of the box, etc. There's the ongoing collaboration with the Magento Association, which has, as I mentioned before, has become much more active, which is wonderful. We are always looking for ways to make this cooperation more effective, and I'm sure it will continue to mature and get better in the future. So we also have the Ambassador program launched last year. Announced last year, launched this year. We have the first ambassadors, and it's basically the idea that rather than sending people out of the board or wherever all over the globe to try to attend all events, it's much better to empower and work with local members of the community. And they can visit the events, represent Mage-OS, listen to the local merchants and agencies and developers, and bring the news back into this global forum at Mage-OS to, so it's important not to lose touch and be connected all over, because every country is different. So it's great to have this. And this is actually starting to work rather nice. For example, Davide gave a very nice review after Meet Magento Italy recently. Very good to hear everything there. Lots of thought, input for thought, and so on. So very nice. Thanks again. Okay, so that was basically what we did last year. Time to move on and have a look at the financial side of things. For this, I want to hand over to Jan, who is working in the role of our treasurer, Cesare Cozon, and the Business Control Committee to give you the details there.
Thank you, Vinay. Hello, everyone. I'm also running for acting treasurer. So if
do you want to share your screen, or should I?
No. Please, let's just stay with your presentation. It's okay.
Okay.
Just a few slides. We'll
Sure.
make it quick. Yeah. So running for treasurer as well. So if anyone didn't vote yet, please support me if possible. And getting back to the report for last year, 2025. Of course, we are under Polish law, and we can move on to the next slide with some more details, more interesting things. Okay, so key figures here. We had about 176,000 Polish złotych revenues. This everything from membership fees, and costs were about 145,000. I will give more details in the next slide about this one. Result is N plus, so we have profit of 31,500 Polish złotych. So total collected assets at the end of past year is about 237,000 Polish złotych, which equals about 55,000 euro. So those are the main numbers. And regarding, thanks Ryan for exchange rate. And regarding main cost categories, there is of course overhead, so accounting, legal, all general management, everything that is basically required by the law. And this is 28,400 zlotych, about this amount. And most of costs were operating costs, so programming services, release management, consulting, community management, everything that really keeps Mage-OS moving and alive. And that was about 115,000 zlotych. If you would like to have any reference to past years, there is also one on the slide. So here we can see that last year we had more revenue, and a bit less costs. So bigger profit, of course, but that will be covered also on the next slides. So we can move on, Vinay, please. Yeah, okay. So that's what I mentioned. Yeah, the two main details, the two main points, revenue and costs, past years, direct comparison. So as you can notice, revenue decreased if you compare to 2024, and that mainly that caused profit decrease. And this is a challenge for us. I mean, we are very stable financially. Yeah, that's not a problem here. But looking in the for what can happen in the future. Yeah, this is for sure something that next board needs to take care about to help get more memberships and maybe try to discuss about costs. But basically costs are higher because past year, whole year, we had consulting and release management services. This didn't happen 2024. And 2023 was basically just starting for the organization. So there are just like basic overhead costs, and that's all. Okay, we can go to the next slide, please. And here is something very detailed. Yeah. So costs are broke down to this, and for 2025 comparing to 2024 for those main cost categories. So as you can see, development, basically it's development slash release management. We had about 40,000 more spent. Consulting was about 17,000 more spent, and this is what I mentioned. We had whole year consulting and development release management services. And if you take a look at the rest of the numbers, changes are not that huge. In one case, actually in three last cases, three last points, yeah. So legal tools and banking, we even managed to have some more spendings. Bank flow, bank flow was optimized a bit, and we spent less money. Legal was also not needed. Yeah, and basically that's all for that slide. So we can go further. Okay, that's already BCC. So maybe any questions?
Just say one thing. Yeah, questions. That's good. Exactly.
Yeah.
If not, I just maybe could add that release management services and consulting are sounds like we hired some big companies. That's not really the case. We are working with great individuals like Anita, our chief of staff, who has been extremely helpful, and Fabrizio and Marcel now to help us keep the whole tech side running on a continuous basis. It's not full-time jobs, but of course, they do good work, so we try to compensate them fairly.
All
Any other
details,
questions?
of course, are available on Open Collective, so all expenses are there. And if you would have any questions an hour later, you can directly contact me via Discord or email. No problem with that, and I will give any more details. Okay,
so then
thank you for that.
Thank you, Jan. That's great. Let's move on to the Business Control Committee represented by Laura. Yeah, I'd like to pass it to you. If you want to share your screen, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll just keep my screen share going.
I believe Francis is doing this update. Francis, are you here?
Oh, sorry. I hadn't seen Francis, so I just assumed. But of course,
right.
he's here. Oh, yeah, there you are.
Yes, hello. Sorry, I don't have my camera on because I'm suffering a fever. But yeah, our update this year is pretty simple. We've been more than happy with the transparency of Mage-OS. We've had all our questions answered. Any problems we've had have been fixed with data. So our report's pretty straightforward. It is that we have nothing to bring up that is of concern, no actions to take away for the year going forward, and that we'd like to thank the board and everyone in Mage-OS for their excellence and how they conduct themselves.
Wow, thank you very much, Francis. Very good. Cheers. All right, then let's move on. So, time to get to part 3, the resolutions and votes. So, if you, all Mage-OS members got an email inviting them to vote on e-ballot. I believe everybody has done so for the new board of director positions. And yeah, I mean, do we have any update on this right now? Just looking to the side to where my Zoom window is to here to look if somebody said something, but I think everything is still correct. Very good. So in that case, let me share another screen here. Can I switch? I think I have to stop and restart. There it is. Okay, so these are the votes for Luke Collymore, Jan Oljanski, Melinda Humphrey, and Ben Marks for the new Mage-OS board members, 2-year term. So congratulations, thank you very much. It's great that 4 members are leaving and 4 new members have been, what's the right word? Missing the right word. Are joining. So that's great. It works exact perfectly. Everybody has, is prepared to join. And in regards to the Business Control Committee, Laura is again on the board for another 2 years. So thank you very much. It's great, and we're super grateful that you want to continue doing this for us. Thank you, and also thank you very much to all the new board members. So let's go back to. Where's the other window? Oh boy, did I close it? Ah, there it is. Okay. Okay, so I believe now a new vote will be. Everybody, I think I'm sharing the right screen again, right? Let me check. Yes, okay. So time for the resolutions. We have so basically the way this works is now all of you have to, we are asking you to discharge the past board before the new board takes on the new activities. So if you log into eBallot now again and cast your vote there for the next resolutions, we have, maybe I'll just go over them here. The first one is whether to approve the Board of Directors report on activities since the last General Assembly. We recommend you vote in favor. And then there's the next resolution, whether you approve the financial report for 2025. Again, we recommend to vote in favor. Whether you approve the Business Control Committee's report for the time period since the last General Assembly, same recommendation. And whether to discharge the board members of the previous or still current board. Again, our recommendation would be to vote in favor. That's the second email all of you got. So yeah, and finally also whether to discharge the treasurer specifically. And whether to discharge the Business Control Committee members. Yeah. So let's take, what did you say? Like there should be about 10 minutes left now, or maybe a little less. So now's a good time to go ahead and do this, if you haven't yet. Maybe somebody who's logged in can let me know if all the votes are in.
6 minutes remaining, and so far no change in turnout. So I assume, oh no, there's more people voting right now. So yeah.
Yeah, let's give it a moment.
5 more minutes and then, yeah, until 45, basically.
Oh, okay. If anybody has voted. Yeah?
We have 9 votes completed so far. We'll need to go through all of the questions for all the submissions to go through, though.
We have to go through what?
Just for reference, discharging means like accepting and releasing from responsibility for
Yes.
the previous year.
Right. I forgot to mention that maybe, but yeah.
If anyone has trouble finding their ballot, let us know. Vinay, do you want to move forward to the next one?
Sure, I can move on. Oh, you mean this one here? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, members elect 4 new members of the board, 1 new member of the business control committee. Potentially standby candidates. This year there aren't any. Yeah, we've got the candidates. Okay, these are the ones you mean. Whether to approve the election of the candidates to 2-year positions of the Mage-OS Association, according to the votes. Then who should be the next Mage-OS treasurer? We recommend Jan, since he's been doing the job effectively since almost the complete last term already. So it would be great if he would be able to continue to do this the way he did so far. Then we need to select a president and vice president. Please note that the president must be a current board member, marked with a star. Yeah. And the actuary. We don't have a board recommendation there either. Same for the president. If anybody has any questions in the meantime, please feel free to let us know.
For the president and vice president question, you can pick 2 people, and then the top 2 by votes will become the president and then vice president.
Thank you. Very good. Yeah. So, do we still need to keep the vote open? Is it still ongoing? Should be almost done anyway.
We can probably go into
okay. Then let's go on.
questions
All right.
People are
into questions. Yeah. If there are any questions at this time, please feel free to let us know. can either unmute yourself or type into the Zoom chat. Okay, I'll download the report. Then let's Anita, is it through? Closed? Oh, okay. I haven't got the latest version here. Still need to wait a minute.
Yeah, I think I'm just refreshing the page, and it seems the counting stopped, so no one is voting. So, Ryan, do you think it's okay? Can we present this?
Does anyone need more time?
Okay.
Okay, just
And let's
one more second. I share the final. And
yeah,
with you,
19
Ryan?
votes. You've got 19 votes. I've got the last version that I've got, right? That's the final.
20.
20. Oh, okay. One
Yeah,
more.
I'm just uploading it. Okay, finally. Okay, that is it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. 20, perfect. Okay, so let me switch to this. Okay, yes, so the voting is closed. And here are the results. So, resolution 2601, Board of Directors report in favor, 100%. Resolution 2602, Financial Report 2025, in favor. Business Control Committee report on the last period, in favor. Discharge of the 2025 Board of Directors. Oh, one vote against. 89% in favor, one abstain. Discharge of the 2025 Treasurers, in favor, one against. And discharge of the Business Control Committee, 95% in favor, one abstain. So, Maciek, I think I have to refer to you. I think since the majority is in favor, that's probably what's legally going by, right?
We have a legal advisory with us, Konrad.
Even better, Konrad.
You're right, meaning
Yeah, hello. Yeah, you're right. It's in favor, so it's the resolution is made.
That's how voting works, I guess. So thank you. Very good.
But I would comment if anyone was against anything or is unsure or have, comment remarks or even things that you are afraid of saying aloud, you may either contact us directly or just write an email anonymously or whatever. Because we are really transparent on this, and the effort we put. We put a lot of effort to make everything clear and to spend money carefully. So yeah, if guys you have any ideas what we could do better, we're open. I mean, I'm no longer in the board, probably. But I'm saying for the general approach of the board, I remember especially for the first 2-3 years I was in, because recently I was not that involved as before. but this is the approach we had, open community approach as the Magento is. So yeah, contact the board or even contact me. I'll explain what we did before openly.
Same. Thank you for saying that, Maciek. Yeah, if anybody has taken any kind of issue or open questions, please feel free to reach out to probably anybody in the board or through whatever channel you feel most comfortable with. Happy to explain and discuss. And if you have ideas how things could be done better, that's great. Always good to hear. Also, a possibility is maybe some people, we are a global organization. Not everybody might be familiar with the term discharge, so maybe there's a misunderstanding there too. Somebody wanted to say something?
Discharge is a good thing. Means that we did a good job.
Yeah,
anybody want?
I wanted to say, can you please share the another file because one more vote came in the last second. So yeah,
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about the confusion.
I can't change that much, but yes, of course.
It's
Let
probably,
me update the file. Always good. And share. There it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, 100%, 100%, 100%, 90%. Okay, so no big change. Very good. Approve the election results. 95%, 1 abstain. And here are the votes for the treasurer. So 90% for Jan, plus 1 vote for David, and abstain 1 person. Now, the board of director roles, president and vice president. This is probably the one that's the biggest surprise because nobody knew up front, and the votes matter the most in this regard because there's choice. So 9 votes, 28%. Michael, new president, congratulations. And 25%, 8 votes, David Lambauer, new vice president. Congratulations. Awesome. And the actuary, John, 6 votes. Congratulations. That's, continuation of your role. Thank you very much. Okay. So I believe that concludes the voting and resolutions section. This should be this again. Then it's time to look ahead. Plan, strategy, and budget for 2026. I'll just continue, right? Even though officially no longer part of the board. So the technical roadmap for 2026. The next major release will be Mage-OS 4 in October. So we're staying aligned with Magento upstream. And last week, the discussion started where we want to be headed for this release. And the overwhelming majority was to focus on AI features and new lab projects that are currently under exploration. So one focus, of course, is the security and stability. So we'll still, every patch release will be integrated into the current release line. We'll continue to work on benchmarking and performance improvements, the minimal distribution as the foundation for modular packaging, potential future more distributions, maybe tooling to roll custom distributions. The AI initiative, so there's a base AI module idea for shared credential and model management. The catalog data AI module revisited, improvements, making it more, getting the maintenance question handled. AI product recommendations, widgets. The idea most concrete is there's been an idea to bundle a very nice agentic optimization module that's more of a, it provides a report similar to the search engine optimization report, what needs to be improved for agent visibility, roughly speaking. using TypeSense as a RAG foundation module. Lots of ideas and more. There's also more work to be done on developer experience, so iterating on the installer, dev containers, improving the whole CI pipeline infrastructure that's currently there. Just now, for example, a GitHub Actions to automatically run tests like Playwright end-to-end smokes tests for stores or for modules, all these kind of things. Further development of the Magento 2 LSP server, yeah, these kind of things. There's one very nice story that David Lambauer then contributed. So he worked a lot on benchmarking the same stack, once with Mage-OS and Hyvä versus Magento and Luma. And there's a number of blog posts on Mage-OS on this and on his own site at Run and Root. So 5.2 more faster median response time, 42% more throughput on identical AWS infrastructure, and 2.2% faster at the 95th percentile under a 250 concurrent user load. So it was really nice because he won a pitch against Shopify to a German publisher with that idea. And the idea was that features nowadays are not the driver because of AI. What's the real driver and distinguishing factor for merchants now is the data. And running Mage-OS or Magento means you own your data and enables you to build whatever you need with AI that way. So you're not depending on, basically not renting out your whole business somewhere else. So that was very cool. It's a great approach. And we're very grateful for sharing these benchmark stats with him and also how they did it. Also, Damien Retzinger from Greycore also worked on this. So thanks again for this. Right. Looking ahead, we also need to be working on funding and sustainability since costs are rising. Revenue has shrunk during the last period. So membership fees are how we get our revenue. So I want to thank all members and all sponsors and partners. We're completely transparent there. It can be viewed at opencollective.com/Mage-OS. Everybody's listed there. Every single payment is listed there. Yeah. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. So everything's transparent. The paid roles that we're pairing is Marcel, who joined in February. And before him it was Fabrizio. And they help us a lot running the whole release infrastructure. It's been invaluable. It's very, very grateful. And there's Anita, as mentioned before, our chief of staff, who's been very reliable, been around, helping us set everything up, including, for example, this General Assembly. So that's wonderful. Yeah, we have a bit of infrastructure for our repositories, release tooling, demo environment, and so on. The demo environment is sponsored by MaxCluster. The Mirror repository is currently paid for by Hyvä. Not the biggest expense, but it's there anyway. So any kind of sponsoring that's maybe useful, that you're in a position to offer, that's great. However, this kind of, let's say, material sponsoring is useful, but what's really needed is more financial sponsorships. So if your company uses Mage-OS and believes in pushing forward the technological innovations inside of Magento, then please consider maybe joining as a sponsor. If you know individual developers who work with Mage-OS and have an open source mindset, please invite them to become members too. And if you know companies who work with Mage-OS or Magento, please also let them know that there are opportunities here to help further the whole Magento ecosystem. Thank you to all our current partners. Silver partners are Paradox Labs, Vendig, Hyvä, and JH. thank you so much. You really make all this possible, together with the bronze partners, JetRail, Develo, Fine Canary, Intergenet, Inchu, and Bulldog Media. All partners here were previous sponsors too. Bulldog Media joined new, so we're very grateful and big thank you at this point. So if there are any questions, please feel free to let us know through any channel here in the Zoom chat or by raising your hand in Zoom. And I can see Maciek raise your hand. Please, go ahead.
Yeah, I think, Vinay, we should thank you. And Ryan and me, actually, for initiating the Mage-OS. Right now, it seems quite clear that Magento is gonna be there, but 3 years ago, nobody knows what would happen if we weren't there. Meaning the guys who met at Meet Magento Poland and were the founding members, and it took a lot of effort. You, Vinay, leaded the organization, but I felt the leadership from many of you guys, meaning the first board owners, board members. Ryan, you had the leadership as well in keeping everything organized, so thank you for doing this. Probably most of you guys don't know, but it takes a lot of effort. We were unpaid. We didn't get any money. We actually we spent some money even on the organization, which was not covered because at the very beginning there was nothing, no money, no real organization. So it took a lot of effort for the guys who were there first. Vinay, Ryan, thank you. We did something great. And yeah, hopefully the new board will keep our organization growing. And yeah, my sincere thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and it's been quite a ride. For everybody, 3-4 years is a long time. Everything changes. But I'm very positive looking forward. So I'm super curious to see how this next phase of Mage-OS continues to grow. Thank you.
For
Ryan,
some of
you want to say something?
It may not be obvious, but Mage-OS from the formal perspective at the very beginning looked as like a fraud organization because we had 8 board members and each was from different country. So whichever party we spoke to in Poland, even the parties that knew me, even Konrad asked me this, or Damian at the very beginning, the guys from the legal office. Like, it's weird, like 8 different countries and 8 different board members. It's the organization that would be really hard to track if we did something bad. Well, we didn't. We are happy to be really compliant with the law and to be always on time and crystal clear with everything. But yeah, it was very difficult to start it. Even the court registry checked us like 10 times harder. It was difficult to register us even. So yeah, but we managed to do this, and the organization thrives. So yeah, it's great. Thank you, guys. And all the guys who participate today, it takes your effort as well. Meaning all of you guys who are spending your time here, it's for the organization, it's for the community. Thank you for voting, even voting against. It's just your participation is crucial for the board to know that it's important. Thank you, guys. Yeah, and
100%.
that's it.
Thank you, Maciek. Yes, thank you to all of you, all the members. Magento community is what this is for and why we're here. So let's continue and do good work. Ryan?
On my part, I'm very happy with everything we've accomplished so far. I'm really looking forward to see what happens in the coming years too. I plan to still be around and involved in tech. I'm not going to be on the board anymore, but I'll still be here. So.
Awesome. All right. I don't see any questions. So I guess we can wrap this up. This 2026 General Assembly. So please go ahead, enroll new members. Membership starts from 10 euros per year. We meet every Tuesday at 3 p.m. CET in Discord, in the tech, in the public voice channel, where we discuss how to move forward, discuss new ideas, blockers, etc. It's always nice. We've got a GitHub org to discussion ideas board, many ways to contribute, as I mentioned before. So yeah, please join. Help shape the future of Mage-OS, and follow us on LinkedIn. All right. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate you being here and participating. And see you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Thanks,
Thank
folks.
you. Bye.
Well, my intention was to leave last, but it seems like some people are still just hanging around till I close this down. So that's what I'll do. Thanks again, everybody, and see you around.